What is your relationship with time? Are you wired and tired, stressed and overwhelmed, busy and going nowhere? Or just want to scale your business? Welcome to Take Back Time with your host, Penny Zenker. Penny focuses on books, strategies, tools, and tips to help you work smarter and approach your time more strategically. As a result, you can have more energy, focus, and get more done in less time. Be more efficient and effective. Get ready to take back time.
Hello and welcome to Take Back Time. My name is Penny Zenker and I'm your host. Today we're going to talk about priorities. Setting priorities is one of the key skills and tasks that you're going to do as it relates to your time management. You know, and if I think about it, this is probably one of the areas that has helped me the most in being successful in my life, is that I've always been good at understanding what the right things to do were. And I have gained this skill and built this skill because I have the ability to take a step back and to maintain perspective. And I think that's been my greatest resource in being able to identify what the right things are, the things that are most strategic and important to drive results, and to stay out of emotional, impulsive behaviors. And I don't want to say that I never do that because that's unrealistic, but for the most part, I'm able to, when I go sideways or things aren't working out, is I consistently take a step back and I reevaluate all that I have in front of me and I reset priorities. So it's a process that I just do on a regular basis often, maybe sometimes even throughout the day, but definitely once or twice throughout a week and definitely a couple times a month. So because our priorities change as our goals and feedback around us become more apparent as to what's working and what's not working, then we also get to shift our approach. So it's really thinking and acting more strategically. And one of those areas is maintaining perspective. So what I want to do with you today is to share some of the strategies that have supported me in the past that I think will support you as well. Number one is we've got to get away from the idea, this curse, which is everything is urgent, right? We live in an urgent society. You know, we live in a microwave society, fast food, and we get text messages and they're read within 30 to 90 seconds and they're responded to within 3 minutes. Those are the statistics that I last saw. And so that just shows you how impulsive we are and how much we are driven around urgency. And we have to balance, right? That's one side of our brain that's kind of the emotional side. But then we also have the logical side where we can be more deliberate, where we can be more structured in our thinking. And so we have to find balance between the two of them. So here's what I do that works for me. So number one is when I want to get perspective is that I get into a focused state. And so what that means is I get really clear on what the end goals are, start with the end in mind. So I need to understand what goals, what's the end result that I'm looking for so that I can align my priorities with my end goal. And so that's the first thing that I do. And then I take a look at all the tasks that I have in front of me. So I organize all that I have to do in project buckets. So I take a look at all my buckets and I take a look at the tasks that are underneath those buckets. And then I take a look to get clear, kind of like the Eisenhower matrix, get clear on what's important, what's strategic in driving the results, and also what's urgent absolutely has to be done today because something is due, a client is waiting for it, it has to get to the printer in order to be complete for an event, or whatever the circumstances are. But I can get clear on that through this evaluation process, through getting into that focus.
Distractions are the enemy of productivity. Go to distractionquiz.com and find out your distraction profile. Are you a time zombie or a hamster? Take this free distraction quiz today to rate your ability to focus on what keeps you from being a wizard. Go to distractionquiz.com.
State. And then the second thing that I do is I challenge my urgencies. Is I take a look and I say, here's the things that I absolutely have to get done today or I have to get done tomorrow. And then I challenge that because I want to be spending more time on what's important and what's driving my results versus the things that I could delegate or that really I could altogether eliminate if I really questioned and challenged myself. So I look at the value that each of those tasks are going to create, and I really challenge them. And there's lots of different things that you can do to challenge them. If you use an Eisenhower matrix, just categorizing it and setting up a criteria is going to be a way to help you to challenge it. And it could also be the questions that you ask yourself. Is this going to help me to achieve my goal faster? Is this strategic? And to ask yourself sometimes, if you know somebody who's really excelling in this area, what would so-and-so do? What would Richard Branson do? Would he see this as urgent, or would he delegate this? Right? So get into a different mindset. If your mindset is kind of stuck and overwhelmed, go ahead and borrow someone else's mindset so that you can think like they would think. And then how would they categorize it, and what things would they prioritize? So that helps you in your challenging process. So you're going to get into a focused state, and then you're going to challenge your urgencies, and then you're going to schedule your priorities. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the best intentions, but sometimes those other circumstances come up around us, and the excuses, because emotionally it might be difficult, it might be painful for different reasons, and we have to be really clear in what it is going to move us forward and schedule them into our calendar. And so if you need to move something because it is important, but something else urgent comes up, you can still move it. You're not going to delete it, but you're going to move it. So it's part of owning these priorities. It's not just setting them. You have to own them at the end of the day. So that's what I have for you today. Is I want you to create some support structures. I want you to get into a focused state. I want you to challenge your urgencies, and then I want you to own those priorities. And as I said in the beginning, check in with those priorities on a regular basis to see, are they really priorities? So it's kind of like a second challenge. Get perspective and see what's working and what's not working in moving you forward faster towards your goals. I'm excited to hear what you took away from today's session. Please drop me a note. Let me know on Facebook, because most importantly for me is not just that you're finding this information interesting, but that you're taking action on it. That's what really drives me, is to see you get results. So thank you for being here. My name is Penny Zanker, and today, when you set the right priorities, you're going to take back time. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening. Today's topic is another opportunity for you to put the knowledge you learned into practice. Tune in again next week for more strategies that will help you have more energy and focus to get more done in less time, so you can continue to take back time.